Hi guys, we have got another full slate tonight. Got a little football to open. None of the football takes too terribly long. And then we've got a full case of Diamond Kings that we're going to open. It just came out today and we're going to bust right into it full steam ahead tonight. Before we start though, there's a little information to go over, so let's get rolling with that. First up there, you will see a note about my feedback. It's completely automated on eBay. I do that because it seems like I never have enough hours in the day, right? So this way, anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get positive feedback in return. You never have to wait on me to get caught up. The second and most important thing you see on that screen that's up right now is to say thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody who bids with me and breaks with me, many of you chat with me and keep me informed about scores and other happenings. So I appreciate all of that. And thanks everybody for joining the break tonight. Now we'll take a look at the breaks that are coming up over the next 5 days. This stuff is already listed on eBay. And of course I list new things almost every night, usually for a duration of 5 days. So tomorrow night we've got an actual football, not a helmet, but an autographed football itself, and an autographed football jersey, a half case of Prime Signatures football, and a half case of Donruss Optic basketball. On Friday, we've got a couple of little one-box breaks, including some memorabilia, and then we are going to start a new case of Gypsy Queen baseball. That's the last case of Gypsy Queen, too, so we'll have the break on Friday night and then one more, and then we'll be done with Gypsy Queen. On Saturday, we're going to open a couple of one-box things, including a mini helmet, and then we will bust another full case of Diamond Kings. On Sunday, some more Prime Signatures, the start of a new case of Leaf Metal Draft football, and the start of a new case of 2013 Crown Royal football. On Monday, it's going to be all basketball. We'll do a basketball jersey, some 11-12 Gold Standard, some 12-13 and 13-14 Timeless Treasures, and then a full case of Optic basketball. So that's what's currently up and running on eBay. And of course, as I said, more added to it just about every night. So for tonight, this is the order that we're breaking in as well. It will be the Gold Rush full-size autographed helmet first, followed by 2012 Black, then 2015 Luxe, and then the 12-box full case of Diamond Kings. And of course, there's a couple of other things to note on there. If you're in one of the first 3 breaks, that's the helmet, Black, and Luxe. Those are free shipping breaks. Anytime you bid on something with me that is completely free shipping, it's going to go out either 6 or 7 days after the auction ends on average. Sooner if you have something else shipping, but if that's the only thing you have coming, we're going to look for it to ship about Wednesday the 18th. Our paid shipping break tonight, that's Diamond Kings. You'll see that I have it anticipated to ship on Monday. I know that's a little later than I normally would be, and I'm going to try really hard to get it out sooner than that. But I've had one of those weeks with lots of meetings and appointments, and yeah. So not moving as fast as we normally would. And finally, if you're in one of the first 3 breaks, please take a moment there to note the information about what happens if your team is not pulled. You are still entitled to a consolation trading card. It's typically sent with your next hit, can be sent sooner upon request. More details about that in the description. So first up tonight, a 2018 Gold Rush full-size autographed football helmet. This is break number 3. It ended tonight, the 11th of April. We're live streaming it tonight, the 11th of April. And in addition to our teams, we have these 2 categories that were separate bidding categories. That is a multi-signed Heisman winners helmet and a multi-signed college greats helmet. So if one of those comes out, it will go to that respective bidding position. Everything else is team names as normal on the left and your name across from it if you are the winning bidder on the right-hand side. And finally, the last little thing here before we can start ripping stuff open, I'm changing the focus. I do know that makes the background go out of focus, but don't worry, we're still going to be able to see everything. So for Gold Rush, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say that the multi-signed college greats and the multi-signed Heisman. If you look at the pictures in the listing description, part of the advertising materials they put out for this thing has pictures of those helmets. They're pretty cool, but they each have so many signatures. I thought it would be an absolute nightmare if we hit one of them to try to figure out where it goes. So, hence, we listed them separately. And I see Bryce and T. Cassidy are both in chat. Hi, guys. I had to open this up so I could see the sticker in the edge that tells me whose signature it is. Sometimes can't read them. This one you actually can read, though. This is for the Dolphins, and it is Bob Greasy. So a nice little Hall of Fame signature there for the Miami Dolphins is our full-size helmet tonight. See, I told you these early ones are quick, right? So don't go far. Oh, and here's your, sorry, there's the JSA authentication. It was down in the bag. It didn't come out when the helmet did, but there is our little card that goes with it. All right, next up, we have got some 2012 black football. Let me get our spreadsheet set back up for that. We'll take a quick buzz through it and then get cracking on this one. So once again, if you're in this, please take a moment to review the information there in regard to your anticipated shipping date and what happens if you're not pulled in the break. One box of 2012 Panini Black Football. This is break number 6. Like everything else that we're opening tonight, it ended tonight on eBay. And of course, your name is in lights across from your team if you were the winning bidder on that one. Hopefully I didn't make any cut and paste errors. Every once in a while that happens, you know. I'll forget to clear the clipboard or something and paste the wrong name in there. And why does this have 2 pieces of plastic on it? That's weird. Okay, well, whatever. So if you ever see that, you know, that I've made a mistake in there in the spreadsheet, feel free to jump into chat and tell me, and I'll fix it. I try really hard not to, but I do cut and paste them from the end of transaction notices. So every once in a while, I might forget to clear one and have it in there incorrectly. It would still always ship correctly because, you know, I ship from the eBay invoices, but sometimes I make a little paste error on the one we look at here. So all of our cards in black are going to be numbered. That's the same as 2013 black, which we open quite a bit. This is numbered to 349. It is Megget for the Houston Texans. Both of our lower corners with some chipping. Actually, both of our upper corners as well. Those are that kind of little white spots and things you see around there. This is for the Raiders. It is to 349 with Kreiner. In fact, most of these, frankly, are going to have imperfect edges and corners to varying degrees. A lot of the thick cards do. It just really shows up when they're dark in color like this. For the Chiefs, a little Dwayne Bowe to 349. Here comes Golden Tate for the Seahawks. That is to 349 as well. And again, you know, all of our edges, and especially our corners, more so than our edges, all showing a little rough around the edges there. Whitney Mercilus, also for the Texans. That is numbered to 49. And we have a Frank Gore captain's insert, numbered to 349 for the 49ers. Weaponry insert, Roddy White and the Falcons, numbered to 349. And you can definitely see all down the side of that. Side, corners, edges, those are all rough on the back of the Roddy White. For the Bears, Alshon Jeffrey, particularly, I notice lower right and upper left. And that's a pretty nice looking card right there. You've got, of course, the gold ink signature. Nice, big, basically 3-color. You got a tiny little edge of blue there on your patch. And it is numbered to 99. I forgot to say that part originally. So Bears with a nice little Alshon Jeffrey rookie hit. Next out, Redskins, D'Angelo Peterson to 99. That one is a sticker auto. Oh, Vontaze Burfict for the Bengals to 25. Man, that guy, I think he's going to start off the next season suspended too. He starts off every season suspended. Once again, I see mostly on the upper edges of this one some imperfections, a little chipping. It is numbered to 25. And you don't see a whole lot of Burfict signatures, but that's kind of nice to see if you're a Bengals fan. A redemption, you know I'm going to wait and flip it over last because I always do. And finally, for the Saints, we have Nick Toon to 49. And that is a nice looking patch. No signature on it, but pretty nice little relic there for the Saints. Now we're going to flip our redemption, and it is Trent Richardson Onyx Rookie Materials Signatures. So that means we're going to roll to the Panini website, and we will verify that on their checklist. I'm going to bring you along with me, and we'll put it up on the screen. We'll find out what it's going to be numbered to, and see if it's something low numbered, maybe. I've already forgotten what card set I said it was. Onyx Rookie Materials. Oh, I guess I have to get to here first. See, I got ahead of myself, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Onyx Rookie Materials. Where are you? Oh, wait a minute. It said Rookie Materials Signatures, didn't it? I'm in the wrong card set, I bet. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, I am. Okay. Let's try that one more time, and it is card number 3, Trent Richardson. It's going to be numbered to 25 for the Browns. Now, of course, you probably noticed this is expired, right? I mean, the expiration date has passed on it. However, you do still want to redeem it in your Panini account. A lot of times, a surprising amount of the time, they do still have these older cards on hand. When they do, they'll send it to you, usually within a couple of months. If you haven't gotten it within a couple of months, then you want to track down a live person, and they'll substitute it if you can find a live person. Trent Richardson redemption for the Browns to 25. Nice little patch there for Nick Toon and the Saints to 49. Vontaze Burfict rookie signature to 25. The D'Angelo Peterson, and that is to 99. You see there that's a Redskins. I know he's in a Rams uniform, right? But it says there that when he was signed by the Redskins, and of course what we go by is the team that's designated on the card. So the D'Angelo Peterson to 99 for the Redskins. And finally, a nice little Alshon Jeffrey on-card auto and patch for the Bears to 99. Yeah, I see Astros Jake says good luck contacting Panini. Here's the thing, guys. They are notoriously hard to track down. I'm not going to deny that. However, if you reach out to them through social media, that's usually where you're going to have the best luck. So, I would try Facebook, I would try Twitter, that kind of thing. And if you can find a live person, they will absolutely substitute it for you as long as it's been in your account a couple of months, But as you say, it can be hard to track them down. So coming up next is Luxe, and if you are in this break, please take a moment to review the anticipated shipping date and the other information on the screen about what you're entitled to if your team is not pulled in this break. This is one box of 2015 Luxe football. It's break number 18. And of course, like everything else, it ended tonight, April the 11th, 2 days away from Friday the 13th. And of course, team names on the left, your name in lights as the winning bidder across from it. One unsold team here, that's the Kansas City Chiefs. You see it designated there as no bids buyback. So basically, if a card comes out for the Chiefs, it'll hang out here with me, join its brothers on Card Mountain. Otherwise, comes out for one of you. We'll get it on the way next week. Astros Jake, you said you've been shorted on boxes. Do you mean like you don't get the number of hits that you're supposed to get in the box? Is that what you mean? Because if you mean that, there is a procedure that you can go through online to, you know, file another redemption, to file a request for that. But it has to be within a certain number of, a certain time frame after it has come out. If it's too long after the product was released, they won't do anything about it. But if you do it within a certain time frame, you have to give them all kinds of other information and mail a bunch of crap in. But I'm told they'll eventually do it. Jarvis Landry for the Dolphins to 49. Nice little, really 4-color patch because we got a tiny little bit of the aqua over there. And the Green Bay Packers have a hit with Ty Montgomery. Ty is numbered to 49. And of course, like many of our cards in Luxe, the frame itself often has a variety of things going on. It may have little dents and dings. Sometimes little bits of the paint are scraped off and other assorted issues with the frame itself. But the cards are usually good. Just the frame is kind of a hot mess occasionally. To 25 for the Lions, Amir Abdullah. Not one I pull out of here very often, so nice little hit for the Lions. Patch on card auto, low number. And another redemption, wouldn't you know? Another one. And, oh, Philip Dorsett. Okay, Luxe Rookie Autos. Let's roll back over here to the Panini website. You know where we're going. Right back to our checklist where we were a second ago, but we got to change a few things up so we can get to the right product here. And what did I say? That is card set Luxe Rookie Autographs. And Philip Dorsett, there he is, numbered to 99 for the Colts. I know, I've got to get back in the groove of breaking more of our one-box stuff. I've got so much one-box stuff here from a variety of years, and I just keep not having time to do it. I don't know. I've been breaking too much stuff with too many base cards, I guess. Philip Dorsett for the Colts to 99 is our redemption. And of course, you just heard the little spiel about that, so do go ahead and put it in your account, even though it shows expired on there. Jarvis Landry to 49 for the Dolphins. To 25 for the Lions, Amir Abdullah. And for the Packers, to 49, Ty Montgomery. So Luxe is locked and loaded. You know what that means. We're getting ready to bust into Diamond Kings. Oh, Astros, Jake, you say it was a box that was 3 or 4 years old. Yeah, they won't do anything about a box that's 3 or 4 years old for sure. However, if you were to have that happen on a more current product and you feel like jumping through about 700,000 hoops and waiting about 10 years, you will eventually be able to get that sorted out. It's online. It's the same place where you would enter a redemption, except instead of entering a redemption, you open a ticket. The same way you do if you get damaged cards. You know how you go on and open a ticket there, and then they'll replace, you know, if it's miscut or, you know, damaged or whatever. In that same vicinity is where you can request missing hits. But again, has to be on a relatively current product. So we're now rolling into Diamond Kings. Again, I've got that listed there as probably shipping on Monday. I'm going to try hard to get it to you quicker than that. But I just don't know. This has been such a crazy week, and there are so many cards in Diamond Kings. But I will do my very best to get it to you sooner than that, if at all possible. So this came out today. This is going to be my first time getting in my hot little hands, too. And we are looking at 12 boxes, which is a full case. And, yeah, it's going to take us a while. It's going to take us a bit of time to break through this. So if you need a soda or a snack or to walk the dog, now is the time to do it, because we're gonna be settled in for a little bit here in a minute. Oh yeah, Astros Jake, definitely some of the expired redemptions they still have. I mean, that's what I was saying earlier. They still have a surprising number of the older things. I mean, within the last 6 months or so, I've gotten cards all the way back from 2010. Not stuff that I entered in 2010, but I mean stuff that I had recently opened or, you know, gotten in a break or whatever. And most of, I think that's the oldest one I've gotten recently. And it really didn't take them that long. 4 or 5 weeks I had it in my hands. And I've gotten stuff from 2011, 2012. So for sure, they still have some of the older stuff. And when they have it, yeah, they'll send it to you. It's just when they don't have it, there's no easy way to get it substituted without tracking down a live person. And as we all know, that is the challenge over at Panini. Unlike at Topps, you know, at Topps, you can just go onto their web, excuse me, you can go onto their website and just check off that little box that says, I agree to have it substituted, and boom, like a week later, you got something else. But they don't have it quite that, set up quite that nicely at our friends at Panini. Yeah, now Kobe and stuff like that, for sure, they'll send you replacements. Most of the people that still sign with them, they can eventually, you know, work out a replacement for you. Sometimes without you having to track down a live person. But a lot of times you do have to track down a live person. Right now, I'd just be happy to get the box open. I'm having a little trouble there getting the box open. All right, so Diamond Kings, we are looking for 2 autographs or memorabilia cards per box. And you know what happens? They say on average. Okay, so what does that mean? That means they could short us a hit, which has certainly happened here and there. Not often, fortunately. Or they could replace one of our hits with a points card. One of the Panini Rewards Points cards. And if they do that, we'll take the Rewards Point card and random it off. Use random.org to award it at the end of the break. Yeah, Stang Lovely, you stayed after them pretty good, though, to get your Kobe. I do know that. I remember you and I going back and forth in messages, you kind of telling me how many times you had to you had to go after somebody to finally get it done. And it used to be a little easier, frankly. But I started last year kind of telling everybody who to go to directly and how to find them. Because I used to be able to get somebody pretty easily. And then once I started telling everybody that, and then everybody started going to that person, now he's not really very helpful anymore. Now he just kind of says too bad most of the time. So there you go. Now, of course, we're going to find in here lots and lots of things that Panini will call a short print that, you know, if you break Topps on a regular basis, you might not consider to be a short print, and I might not consider to be a short print, but they're going to call it a short print. So just FYI in regard to that. First hit out for the Yankees is Andahar with the relic. And once again, remember our hits can be either or in here. An autograph or a relic. Or actually could be an autographed relic combined. Past and present, we'll have to set those aside because they've each got 2 different teams on them, of course. So we'll have to do something with those at the end of the break using random. And I'm buzzing through our base here, a pretty good little clip. And if somebody wants it to slow down or something, all you need to do is just jump in there to chat and let me know, and I will. Our second hit for the Cincinnati Reds, that is Tyler Mahle, numbered to what? 299. Sticker auto and relic. And Murillo, the eBay helmet did break already. That was our very, very first thing that broke tonight. An Aurora insert, Carlos Correa. And also, just as an aside, if something is a variation, it should have a circle or an oval type frame rather than the square interior that you see there. At least that's what Panini says. That was in there. That's what they say, anyway. So, who did you have, Murillo? What team did you have? We'll tell you how happy or sad you should be. There's a Carlos Correa insert. A 500 club insert for the Angels. Oh, and you know what else I forgot to say? I usually try to say this. There's an Ohtani with his name in Japanese, of course, and that would be a variation. That's what I'm talking about. See how the inside of the frame there is a circle rather than a square? So that's what they're going to call a variation, which kind of is what they, are considering short prints too. We may find a lot of them, but that's how they say it. Big Papi portrait insert. Trophy Club. And what do we have here? Gallery of Stars insert. Okay. Like I said, this is my first time getting my hands on it today as well. There's another Ohtani. That's just a base rookie for that one. Past and present again. All those set aside, and we'll sort them out at the end of the break. So Bryce Harper sepia. And portraits Ted Williams. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, technically they're calling that a short print, the Ohtani, but what I'm saying is I think we're going to find like a bunch of them. So it kind of depends on your variation or your definition of a short print, right? Like if you're using the Topps definition of a short print, which is really what I would kind of truly call a short print, you don't find that many of them. However, when you start looking at what Panini will call a short print, we will often find them kind of in a quantity unlike an amount that we would be accustomed to in Topps, in other words. J.D. Martinez. Somebody I was talking to earlier today had watched a Diamond Kings break and said that out of every box that he saw, there was some sort of Ohtani in every single box that he watched opened. And he said there's just a tremendous amount of Ohtani in Diamond Kings. So if you have the Angels, that's good news. Yeah, Murillo, we did see the helmet break. That's what I was asking you a second ago. If you want it, it was, now how did I already forget that? We were just talking about it. It's for the Dolphins, and it was Greasy, Bob Greasy. Thank you, Wayne, for typing that in there. It might be that Murillo maybe doesn't have the volume on, and so is only seeing what's typed in. And of course, I can't type right now because I'm busy opening cards. And by the way, if you can't see chat, a couple things if you're watching live. First one is you need to be logged into YouTube. Second one is if you're on a mobile device like a tablet or a phone, then you want to click on the link that says view the desktop version. And that should get you all squared away with chat. Now, of course, if you're watching it later, the uploaded version that's recorded, of course, there's no chat to see. But live, you should be able to join us if you want to. Oh, and Murillo says he did not have Miami. I'm sorry, man. That's always a bummer to find out it's not your not your team, isn't it? There's another Ohtani. So we've got pitching Ohtani and hitting Ohtani in here. Pitching and batting, I suppose I should have said, but and yet another one. So, you know, there's lots of them in here. Many different variations of Ohtani that we're going to find. But that's okay. If you see the prices his cards have been going for, yeah. It's kind of like Aaron Judge all over again, right? I mean, maybe even a little crazier than Aaron. Well, certainly than Aaron was this time last year. This is more. There's a nice little black and white Ohtani parallel. Because Aaron didn't really start heating up until a little farther into the season, obviously. Then Ohtani's coming out of the blocks hot. Stang Lover says his video went out. Does anybody else having video problems right now? Anybody else having issues? Jose Abreu, that is numbered to 49, and that is for the White Sox. Sticker auto. So I don't know, it looks like a couple of people said their video went out, and then everybody else is saying that theirs is okay. So I'm not sure what's going on there with some people having some issues and other people are okay with it. So I don't know. Huh. I don't know, guys, why it dipped out on you. Zach Granite. Ken Griffey Jr. I will say this, though. My internet's been weird tonight. I thought it was just eBay. Actually, I still think it's just eBay because the rest of my websites that I was on tonight did not give me any problems. But eBay, I thought, was running a little slowly. So, I don't know. But if something weird does happen, and we were to drop a signal or something, just know, of course, that I would start back as soon as I could. You know, like don't wander off kind of thing. Mookie Betts Aurora insert. So whenever you're at the mercy of the cable company, goodness knows anything can happen. Roberto Clemente. Willie Calhoun for the Rangers. A little relic for Texas. Yeah, so basically, if we ever drop out, there's a couple of things I can say about that. One is that I used to think, until somebody told me otherwise, I always thought you could still see what I was typing in chat. Like even if the video went out, like I would type into chat that I was, you know, trying to get it started back or whatever the case might be. But apparently, you all can't see anything that's typed in chat if it goes down, if the video feed goes down. So, if it does go down, I will always get it back up as quickly as I can. So the moral of the story is, even though it probably looks like I'm not there anymore, I am still there. I will be working to get it back up. Hopefully we're not going to have a problem tonight, but just to be on the safe side. Nick says he sees some Ahmed Rosario and Noah Syndergaard in his future. He's doing a little fortune telling like they do in Gypsy Queen. Astros Jake, didn't we have some numbered cards? One of our hits was numbered for sure. Beyond that, I don't know. But one of our hits was numbered. Nick, you know, we've been pulling a lot of Rosario out of Gypsy Queen. Have you had the Mets yet in Gypsy Queen? He's been coming out of there a lot. A lot lately. Alex Verdugo, Dodgers. A little Josh Bell action for the Pirates. You keep hitting Dominic Smith every time you win the Mets. I know there's a lot of both Ahmed and Dominic in Gypsy Queen. For whatever reason, they seem to really heavily populate Gypsy Queen with those two Mets rookies. Another Bryce Harper sepia. 500 Club. I mean, lots of inserts in here. You guys know how it works with Diamond Kings. They always give us something interesting to look at. A little Ted Williams, Splendid Splinter. So, of course, you know, like some of the Topps products do, you can pull it with the nickname as one of the variations. There's all kinds of stuff we can come up with. Dansby, hey, Atlanta Braves with a little Dansby Swanson autograph. And I thought that was weirdness at the top of the card, but it's actually, I guess, just part of the card design. It happens to be a little white, smoky kind of area up there that at first glance looked like it was paper coming off of there. Oh, gosh, you want to know what the Harper said? Which one? The most recent one, the sepia? Artist proof. It's an AP, I think. It's not numbered, but it's an AP. That's the one you meant, right? The most recent one that we looked at? Little Ted Williams portraits. Kutch. Andrew McCutchen. Still so weird that he's a Giant. Another little past and present. That one was Ohtani and Babe Ruth. Another Aurora. This one's for the Angels. I see Albert a lot lately. Been coming out of everything in large quantities lately, it seems. Jose Altuve, sepia. A little Lou Gehrig framed one. Chipper Jones portrait. There's another Ohtani. Did you guys, this really isn't funny. I mean, like, I shouldn't laugh about it, but yet it was funny. Did you happen to see Nolan Arenado charging the mound today, going after, oh, God, what's that pitcher's name? I know his name, and I've just completely blanked on it. Did you see that, though? He hit him with a pitch. He intentionally hit Nolan with a pitch. This is Chance Cisco relic. And, man, Nolan went after him. I mean, like, after him. And so I wish I could remember the pitcher's name. I know it, and I'm blanking on it. But Perdomo, thank you. Yeah. And so he's coming after him, I mean, with a full head of steam, and Perdomo just throws his glove at him. I was like, what? I mean, here's this guy coming to just beat you into the ground, and you just throw your glove and run. But, oh, it turned into a big, nasty brawl, which it's not funny, but yet it kind of is. I always get a kick out of it when they charge the mound. It's kind of like, you know, when players get in a fight in hockey. It's just entertaining, sort of. But that just cracked me up when Perdomo just threw his glove at him. Oh, and Nick says that the Red Sox game, the bench is cleared too. That is crazy. The number of boxes, haven't we only opened? I don't know. Let's see. How many are left? I don't know, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are stacked up there. So we've opened 3, and this will be number 4 that we're opening, taking out right now. So, Nick, what happened in the Red Sox game that caused benches to clear? Because I didn't see that. I'm sorry that I missed that, though. Because as I said, I kind of like the bench clearings, but especially when it's charging the mound. That's my absolute favorite. Just like Bryce Harper last year. I had a whole new level of respect for Bryce Harper after he went charging out there. Of course, he was one that he threw his helmet on the way out. There's a little Mike Trout sepia. Oh, Joe Kelly hit Tyler Austin with a pitch. Yeah, buddy. That's usually what starts it, isn't it? Another Ohtani. Just the base Ohtani. Eric Fetty. That is numbered to 299. Sticker auto and relic. George Brett portraits. And El Nido for the Mets. All right, let me get some of these. I need to move my stack of base cards down over there a little bit. And then we're ready to get going again. Rizzo for the Cubbies, numbered to 49. So there we finally have a numbered one that isn't a hit that you were looking for, Astros Jake. So at least we got the ball rolling with it now, anyway. George Springer. Another past and present. I always like the texture of the Diamond King cards. Same as Court Kings. You know, their whole Kings, all their Kings cards have that same sort of textured feel to them, but I kind of like them. Jersey Kings, George Brett, and that is game used. So that's a pretty cool little relic. If you're a Royals fan, even if you're not, you might like George Brett. I like him. It's hard not to like some players, I think. Like, how would you not like George Brett? Aurora, Carlos Correa. Another 500 club. Oh, and did you guys see Mark McGwire came out this week, too, talking about how, boy, he wished that he hadn't taken his PEDs when he hit his 70 homers, because he's sure he would have still hit them anyway without it. And somebody else came out, like, right behind him. And I wish I could remember who it was that made the comment. But they were basically like, yeah, right. No, you would not have even come close to that. It was pretty funny. It was just a smackdown. Ahmed Rosario for the Mets. Technically, again, what Panini would call, I guess, a short print or a variation. Paul Wagner, Pirates. I just make the differentiation because there really is such a drastic difference most of the time. Topps, some of their short prints you might not find for 3, 4, 5 cases. You might find 10 of it in one case of Panini sometimes. Oh, Bryce, you didn't have the Royals tonight? Because I know you like George Brett. How did you not end up with the Royals? Who did you end up with? If you didn't go for George Brett tonight. Oh, you went with the Rockies. Okay. A little Colorado action. Well, that's usually a safe bet, too. Rizzo and Ernie Banks. And when a Dominic Smith base rookie went by. Harry Hooper for the Red Sox. That's one you don't see very often. I mean, just in general, as a card. Not very many Harry Hoopers coming out of things these days. Aurora Andrew McCutchen for the Giants. Another past and present, Frank Thomas and Jose Abreu. Some of those that are the same team, both players from the same team, obviously, we don't have to do anything with, but I'm just kind of setting them all aside for right now, and we'll sort it out. The Big Hurt. Little Frank Thomas action for the White Sox. Jackie Robinson. Isn't Jackie Robinson Day this weekend? I think it is. Fetty again. I want to say it is Saturday or Sunday. That might not be right, but it seems like it is. Dustin Fowler. We got to be getting close to Jackie Robinson Day anyway, if we haven't hit it yet. We got to be coming up on it pretty soon. Yeah, so I tried to get some more Trinity baseball this week. You know, I said a couple of days ago I knew somebody who had it, and I was going to get some more. And I knew what the price was. They had already marked it up a lot, like a lot, by like $400. But I thought, okay, I like it. I'm going to buy it. And we'll open some more of it. So then when I called back to get it, he's like, oh no, I raised the price again. And now it was like almost $600 more. And I said, not than the last time, but I mean an extra $200 over what it was 24 hours ago. So I said, no, I'll pass. Maybe 36 hours ago. But anyway, it's like, that'll be a hard pass. So I guess we are not, in fact, going to open any more Trinity baseball, sadly. Victor Robles for the Nats. Relic. Which is kind of too bad. I guess I should have bought it when he first told me the marked up price, but to tell you the truth, I did not anticipate that like a day and a half later that he was going to raise it again by that much, but he did. Numbered to 299 for the Cardinals, Jack Flaherty, sticker auto and relic. Yeah, it is an insane price for that right now. I mean, you're talking about approaching $2,000 a case for Trinity right now to find it anywhere, which is just, okay, that's just more than I'm willing to do. I mean, I was willing to overpay by the, roughly probably close to 400 by the time I would have gotten it here, but okay, I was willing to do that because I really like it, but no, I'm not gonna be going close to $200. $2,000. I mean, that's, you're getting up around flawless price when you start talking about that kind of money. Oh, you did get all the Royals and Rockies autos and patch autos and Trinity that you were looking for. Well, that's good then. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, it's just such an awesome product. Why can I not get these boxes open tonight? They always do such a nice job with the patches in Trinity. I mean, they do them in football and stuff too, but baseball, I don't know. For some reason, I always like Trinity baseball even more than I like Trinity in football. I think just because of the patches, really. They always seem a little bit better in baseball for some reason. Maybe because so many of the relics we get in other baseball products are so boring by comparison. Whereas in football, it's a little easier to pull a pretty cool patch in other products. But not in baseball. They definitely have the best patches in baseball in Trinity, for sure. But it was loaded this year. I mean, loaded. I mean, I pulled a couple of Acunas. We pulled, didn't we pull Maytan? I think we did. We pulled Royce. I mean, we pulled everybody. Everybody that you would like to pull, I think we pulled. Some really, really, really nice hits in there this year. And I guess that's why he figures he can get a couple $1,000 case for it. Japanese Babe Ruth. There's another Ohtani little variation. That is, I guess, what we're going to call, that's what we're calling his nickname, I guess, the Japanese Babe Ruth. Although he says that his teammates, I think, he said they call him Showy, I think. That's what he said. Show or Showy, one or the other. Francisco Lindor Aurora for the Indians. But it looks like he's going to be pretty solid. Another Ohtani. That's a different portrait even still than the one we had a minute ago, I believe. Like, I wasn't kidding when I said, when I was telling you, my friend who watched a couple of breaks today said that they were just coming out like crazy. Which probably means that by the time we all wake up tomorrow, they will have raised the price of Diamond Kings to double or something. I mean, that's the way it always works, isn't it? As soon as they get kind of greedy sometimes, I think. And then they end up with stuff way past, you know, like all the people that got so greedy with 2016 football. And then a lot of those same people that really jacked up the prices, you notice they still have a lot of 2016 football. It's like, hey, man, why didn't you just sell it for a reasonable price in 2016 when we all wanted it and we would have all been happier? Luke Weaver, St. Louis Cardinals. Well, I guess, I mean, I see kind of your point there. I mean, you're saying what Bryce is saying is that he thinks they're kind of flooding the market with the Ohtani stuff. Depends on how often the autographs and relics come out, in my opinion. This is Babe Ruth /99. As long as there's just a lot of base card variations and things like that, I don't really find that to be troubling. Now, if we were to start pulling out 20 autographs, you know, out of a case, now that would be not good. But if we're only talking about variations and base cards and things like that, I don't really care if they put it in a lot. I would care more if Topps were doing it than Panini. Primarily, again, because Topps short prints are traditionally truly hard to come by most of the time, and therefore retain their value. But I don't think they're gonna, you know, Topps isn't gonna do anything crazy like that, I don't think. Clint Frazier, Yankees. But you know, Panini kind of is working under the theory that they want to sell out everything pretty much as soon as it hits the market. Like, they want to be sold out at the factory a day or two after it's released, if not the day of release. So they haven't been making as much of some stuff as they have in the past. So that probably helps a little bit too. So even though there's a lot of Ohtani per box, what in the world? I just cannot get in these boxes tonight. There's not as much product as a whole, I think, floating around as there have been in past years. That was definitely the case with Donruss Baseball, you know. I mean, normally you can get Donruss Baseball 2 or 3 years after the fact. You can still get Donruss Baseball. But no, not this year. They didn't make nearly as much and sold out of it, and there you go. Which that's fine by me too, really. I don't know that we have to have stuff sitting around 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years later. I mean, sometimes it's fun to go back and break older stuff, for sure. But it's also kind of cool when stuff sells out and then you have cards worth more money. Hey, do you guys see I've got this Greatest Hits baseball sitting back there? I keep forgetting that I have it, and I've had it since it came out, which has been a little while now. Josh Bell, Pirates. And I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Leaf Greatest Hits in general, right? They do it for football, they do it for basketball, they do it for baseball. But it is buyback cards. Oh, that's nice. Little Ozzie Albies for the Braves to 299 sticker auto and relic. So they have several buyback cards in there. I think there's 4 of them maybe. And then there's usually also a Leaf card, you know, an original card that Leaf made or designed or whatever. The other ones are from Topps, Panini, whatever, a lot of times. And some of them will be graded, and if they're not graded, they'll be encased, you know, like in a one-touch that Leaf put them in a one-touch kind of thing. But it's a pretty cool little product. It's pricey. That is Ichiro for the Marlins. But I'm going to break that, and I can't quite decide how I want to do it. I may list it as a random team kind of thing. There's Let's Play 2 for Ernie Banks. And if we do it as a random team, more than likely I would put it on eBay, but also, like we've done before, sell some of them directly through chat if you prefer to do it that way, prefer to buy it that way. An Aaron Judge sepia. But anyway, there's usually some really cool stuff that you can pull out of any of the Leaf Greatest Hits. And it was supposed to have been a full case of Greatest Hits baseball. But when I ordered it, he entered it wrong and entered it as just one box instead of one case. So when it came in, I was like, oh, all right, well, there you go. Harrison Bader for St. Louis Cardinals. So all we have is the one box. We didn't get the whole case. And that's part of the reason I haven't done anything with it yet. Because I just kind of sat it aside and then I haven't gone back to it. An artist proof that is numbered to 20, excuse me, to 25 on this one. Ohtani sepia artist proof to 25. So that probably makes somebody happy anytime you pull a nice low numbered hit. And I was going back to check one thing. Your Bryce Harper is numbered. I wanted to double check that. I haven't set over there, but I didn't see the numbering the first time until I just saw it on Ohtani and decided to go back and look. Your Bryce Harper is numbered to 99 on your artist proof. Somehow I it blended in. I didn't even see it, the number the first time. You may have, but I did not. But now we've both seen it. A little Reese Hoskins rookie for the Phillies. Past and present, Judge and Ruth. Of course, same team, so won't have to do too much with that later. Kyle Farmer. All right, so we have 5 boxes left, counting this one. So 5 in total left to break. Oh, you have the Nationals. All right, cool. Well, I am sorry that I missed the number on your Bryce Harper originally. I just did not didn't see it at all. It just kind of blended into the into the color of the card there or something. I don't know. I couldn't. And I looked at it twice even. The first time when I had it in the pack, coming out of the pack, I didn't see it. And then someone asked to go back and look at it, and I still didn't see it. But finally we did, or I did. So yeah, I'll probably try to get that Leaf Greatest Hits baseball up sometime here in the next 3 or 4 days. We'll get that bad boy broken. Let's see what kind of fabulousness we can pull out of there. Oh, you got to head out in a little bit, huh, Thump? Well, we'll try to keep them coming for you. Even after you're gone, we'll try to keep your seat warm and see if we can't pull some other nice Nationals for you. Speaking of, here is a little Bryce Harper, numbered 249. Another sepia, but that one framed, of course. Brian Anderson, a past and present Francisco Lindor and Lou Boudreau. Huh, how about that? Not often that you see Lou Boudreau on a card either. Victor Robles for the Nats. Hey, there's a nice hit for you. That is kind of an interesting signature there for Victor. I don't remember his signature looking exactly like that, but I guess it does, obviously, because we just now see it, but maybe I haven't paid attention when we pulled him out of some other stuff, I guess. Charlie Blackmon, past and present Pedroia and Bobby Dorr. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad I always hit stuff you like. That's a good thing. Another Let's Play 2. Trophy Club for Aaron Judge. Oh, so I ordered some more autographed baseball jerseys today. And Aaron Judge is in this group. So, hey, maybe we'll get lucky. It's not here yet, but it'll be here Saturday or Monday, I think, one of the two. Another Jack Flaherty for St. Louis Cardinals. And Aaron Judge, sepia. Another Ohtani. Gabby Hartnett. Chipper. Aurora Molina. Oh, he got into it the other night too, right? I mean, he got into it with the manager of the opposing club who called him a name I can't repeat because this is a family broadcast. Called him that twice, apparently. Yeah, so Molina went after him. What was that, night before last? Yeah, night before last, I think. And that turned into an ejection for both sides. And they both got the same ejection, too. They both got a one-game suspension. I would really think that the opposing manager, who's out there calling him a you-know-what twice, a very not nice term twice, yeah, that guy should have gotten an extra little suspension, I think, because he instigated it. I think he should have had to sit out more than one game, but what are you going to do? Astros, Jake, we have not had any Astros hits that I am remembering at this moment. I will, of course, recap the signature and relic cards at the end of the break, and also the numbered cards. I think I have caught most of the numbered cards and set them aside. And of course, if you see a numbered card go by that I haven't set aside, of course you're still going to get it if it belongs to you. It just means that I stacked it in the wrong place somewhere along the way. I try to keep different stacks going because there's a stack that I will put into sleeves after the break, that there's so many of them I don't want to put them into sleeves as we go along because it slows it down a lot. Then there's, of course, the stacks of our hits, and then there's a stack of numbered stuff and a stack of inserts, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Another Ichiro Aurora for the Marlins. So every once in a while one gets stacked in the incorrect spot during the live stream, but of course I find it when we sort, or when I sort. Brooks Robinson and Manny Machado. Francisco Mejia, or something closely resembling Mejia. That's I know I don't say his name right. I never do. Someone always corrects me. I still say it wrong the next time. And there he is again, because I just want to test me, see if I can get it right. I'm not even going to attempt it that time. Joe DiMaggio. And a portrait for Cal Ripken. Ooh, I just saw a score alert flash up. The Cubs just smashed up the Pirates. Joe DiMaggio. I guess that's a little bit of revenge there for the Pirates messing up the first game in the series for the homestand Cubs. Nicky Delmonico. They certainly smashed them up pretty good tonight. 13-5, I think that said. There's Manny for the Padres. Nick Williams, Phillies. That's a nice patch. That is /25. And of course you got the autograph and a nice, both pieces of the patch 2-color. That's a little bit thicker card than normal. Usually when they're low numbered, they are a slightly better relic and a slightly thicker card as a result. I'll set that trophy club over there in our inserts. Austin Hayes. Too bad that's not signed. That is /99 for Baltimore. If I can get it in there. Oh, it was 4-4 at the bottom of the 6th. Oh, the Cubs then went off in the bottom of the 6th and just piled it on from there, is what Bryce says. Nice little Reese Hoskins black and white parallel for the Phillies. Yeah, I'd say there was probably a little revenge factor motivation in there, because I'm sure they weren't expecting to lose to the Pirates in the first game of the series. So I'm sure they were out for blood a little bit tonight. Can't blame them. When it's all said and done, I still think we will have less cards out of a full case of Diamond Kings than we have out of half of a case of like Series 1 and Series 2 and that kind of stuff. There's just so many cards in those. Oh, Nick says the lack of Mets hits is depressing him. Hey, man, we've still got 3 boxes to go. 2 that we haven't cracked the plastic on yet, and then, of course, this being the 3rd coming out of the wrappers right now. We still have time to find you a Mets hit. And you know, we are not far from Bowman coming out. That's going to be crazy. Like, that was going to be crazy before. It's going to be super crazy now. Like, unbelievably crazy now. There is another Ohtani. Jose Altuve framed. 500 Club McGuire. Yeah, I think probably the worst sort, the sort that I dread the absolute most, more than any other sort ever, is when we break Series 1 and Series 2 and update. I mean, those jumbos have 500 cards per box. Half a case is 1,500 cards. I hate doing those sorts. Carlos Correa for the Aurora insert. I always dread them so much. Walker Buehler, black and white, parallel, Dodgers. Of course, there's a lot of cards, frankly, in Bowman, too. And you can't just buy the jumbo in Bowman. If you want the jumbo, you have to buy a bunch of the regular wax cases, too. So, and those have tons of cards in them. Yasmani Tomas, Diamondbacks. But we'll be breaking lots of Bowman. And I hope to heck they have Hunter Green in there. I was really disappointed that he wasn't in Bowman Draft at the end of the year. I kind of thought he would be, but he wasn't. Okay, that's clearly not going to go in there. So let's just get a different one. Clayton Kershaw relic for the Dodgers. But you know, I always have lots of Bowman because I like Bowman. It'll take us forever to break all that I have, I imagine. It's Bubba Thompson. 500 Club Harmon Killebrew. Brooks Robinson framed and numbered to 5. Wow, nice low number there for the Orioles with the Brooks Robinson framed to 5. Yeah, once we get Bowman in the door, we'll be breaking it for probably a couple of weeks. I think it comes out, and it's not this next week, because this upcoming week, I don't have anything new coming until next Friday. Not even Wednesday, but Friday. And that will be Contenders Draft Picks Football. So probably, I think it's the following week then. So what would that be, like the 25th or something? I think that's when we'll have it. So this is box 11 of 12 that's coming out of the wrappers right now. Billy Herman, framed, past and present. Devers, that's a nice little hit too, for the Boston Red Sox. Not numbered, but still a very cool hit. Royalty insert for the Yankees, of course, with Babe Ruth. Roberto Clemente, numbered to 99 for the Pirates. Framed. Still not 100% used to Mickey Mantle being out of Topps and into Panini, you know. I mean, that, of course, happened last year when the surviving kids made the deal. The deal expired with Topps, and they didn't renew it. They went with Panini instead. This little relic is numbered to 99 for Chris Flexen. Another Francisco Lindor Aurora. Corey Seager, framed. Past and present. Another royalty Babe Ruth. Back to back. Practically back to back. I mean, obviously there were a few cards in between, but it doesn't seem like very many cards in between the first one and the second one. Another Ohtani. Mike Trout sepia. Willie Stargell. I like Willie Stargell too. Gosh, I haven't seen Willie Stargell on a card in forever, it seems like. Maybe I have and I just didn't notice him going by, but that's kind of cool to see him. I have a little bit of love for the Pirates. You know, because I like the Steelers, so I do have a little bit of love for the Pirates. My sister lives in Pittsburgh. And of course I have some love for the Dodgers. I lived in LA for a while. And now that the Angels have Zach Cozart, I guess I have a little soft spot for them too. don't feel like I have a lot of really bitter rivalries in baseball. Mainly because my team is the Reds, and we've been really bad for a long time. So it's kind of hard to feel like you have a rivalry when you just get your rear end handed to you all the time. You know what I mean? So you have to have a little competitiveness. You have to win occasionally, I think, to feel like you have a rivalry. So I don't know. I'm much more open to kind of any team in baseball and really in basketball, NBA, not collegiate, but NBA. Because I have several different players that I like on a variety of NBA teams, and really kind of ditto with baseball. Even though I'm at the core of it, I'm a Reds fan, but I also like a lot of other teams and players. A little framed Tony Lazzari. Past and present Biggio and Altuve. Aurora George Springer. Walker Buehler, black and white parallel, Dodgers. Ramel Tapia. There's your Rockies, numbered to 99 with your Ramel Tapia signature there. So Bryce, you almost, you were sweating it out, right? I mean, we almost got out of there without finding a Rocky, but at the last minute they came through for you. Framed Nick Williams, Phillies. Past and present, Pedroia and Dorr. Shohei Ohtani. Not signed, daggone it. But got a relic anyway. Plus you got a lot of variations, and a couple of them short print variations. Evan Longoria. I know, I would like to have found a McMahon for you. You know what? We have found him a bunch in, yeah, it was in Gypsy Queen. We found him a couple of times in Gypsy Queen, haven't we, McMahon? Pretty sure we have. Sometimes I have to stop and think if it was Heritage or Gypsy, but I'm pretty sure it was Gypsy Queen. But I've just got one case of Gypsy Queen left. We're going to open up the first of it later this week, and then the back half of it probably about this time next week. We'll do the back part of that Gypsy Queen. Little Josh Bell. All right, so let's take a quick flip through. And first we'll see if these are, of course, those are both Red Sox. Those are Astros, White Sox, Cubbies, Red Sox. That, two different teams. Orioles, Indians, Red Sox, Indians, two different teams. Yankees, Dodgers, Astros, White Sox, Cubs, two different teams. Red Sox, two different. Astros, Yankees, two different. Red Sox, and two different. All right, so here's the deal. Maybe, if we have an even number of these, we won't even go to random. And we do. That's so handy. So what I will do, because these are none of them numbered, okay, so we're going to send two of them to the Angels. We will send the other two to the Yankees. So each team will get two And that's how we're going to do that. We're not even going to worry about random because we'll just split them up equally. And ditto with this. We have the Yankees and the Angels once again, and they're exactly an even number. So one will go to the Yankees, one will go to the Angels. So yay, everybody wins. All right, let's take a look at our numbered cards. Roberto Clemente to 99 for the Pirates. Once again, I did try to set aside all of our numbered cards. If I missed one and I didn't set it in the pile to recap, it doesn't mean it's not in there. If you saw it go by, of course you're going to get it. I'm just, maybe I mixed one in, but I tried to set them all aside. That's to 5 for the Orioles and Brooks Robinson. Bryce Harper Sepia Artist. Well, that one's not the artist proof. That's just Bryce Harper Sepia 249 framed. This is Bryce Harper Sepia Artist Proof to 99. Ohtani Artist Proof to 25 Sepia. That's nice for the Angels. Then we have Mr. Babe Ruth to 99 framed. And Rizzo to 49 framed. All right, so that is our numbered stuff, at least the numbered stuff that I set aside. So I think that's it. Ohtani Relic for the Angels. Ramel Tapia for the Rockies. Was numbered to 99. I think I said that originally, but I didn't say it there. To 99, a relic for Flexen. Devers signature. Kershaw relic. Yasmani signature. A little relic for Austin Hayes. And the Phillies with the nice Nick Williams to 25 auto and relic. Flaherty to 99. I think we've got a couple of him in here somewhere along the way. Victor Robles and Harrison Bader. This is to 299 Ozzie Albies. It's a nice old hit too for the Braves. Clint Frazier relic. Luke Weaver signature. There's our other Flaherty, and that one is signed and a relic to 299. Another Robles relic. George Brett game used relic. For the Nationals, that is numbered to 299 relic and signature. Relic for the Orioles. A signature for the Braves with Dansby Swanson. A Willie Calhoun relic for the Rangers. Jose Abreu to 49 for the White Sox. Tyler Mahle for my Cincinnati Reds to 299. And Andahar relic wraps it up. So that has this case of Diamond Kings in the books. Of course, we're going to break another case of Diamond Kings coming up pretty soon. In fact, before I sign off tonight, I'm also going to throw up our spreadsheet once again, in case someone missed it earlier or in case you're watching the recorded version. Scrolling to the end, once again, there is your anticipated shipping date for this break and the other breaks we did tonight. And a quick look through what's coming up in the days ahead. Looks like we're going to start the new case of Gypsy Queen on Friday, and then we'll break another full case of Diamond Kings on Saturday. All kinds of basketball and baseball and football in the days ahead. More to come. So once again, thanks to everybody. I appreciate you breaking with me, bidding with me, chatting with me, keeping me company. And I guess that's it for me tonight. I got to get busy getting all this stuff in top loaders and ready to get out the door. So, oh, Bryce, you're asking about the Leaf Baseball Greatest Hits. I'm definitely going to list it in the next few days. What I'm thinking is that I'm probably going to list it as random team, a random team break. Because it's... believe it or not, that one little box of cards right there is like a $600 box of cards. So I can't really, I don't necessarily know that I want to list it just as like a $1.99 a team kind of thing and let it roll. Because if somebody doesn't know what Leaf Greatest Hits Baseball is or what they can pull out of it, you know, I might end up losing several $100s on that. Although I think probably a lot of people do know. So I'll probably do it as a random team break. That's the way I'm leaning right now. And then, of course, I mean, you've done, I think, some of those with me before, so you know how those work. It would just be 30 spots, and then we would use random to determine the teams on the night of the break. But that's kind of what I'm leaning towards, and listing it on eBay and also selling it through chat. And usually you can sell it a little faster that way. And then, of course, we'd break it once it was filled. So, but here's what it is. Well, I changed the focus, didn't I? I have to change it back. Hang on. Let me take the autofocus back off, and I can show you the box better if you're not familiar with it. So, got 4 buyback cards in there. They're all either going to be graded or leaf encased, which just means, you know, that they've got them in a magnetic one-touch holder. And then you get one 1990 Leaf buyback greatest hit stamped card numbered 3 or less. But the 4 buyback cards, the one that isn't the Leaf stamped one, can be, you know, anything, anybody, from Panini, Tops, whatever. So, but it's a pretty cool little product. And I'm sure if you look, you can probably find some other Leaf greatest hits stuff. You could either see other Leaf Greatest Hits breaks for probably anything. Baseball, football, basketball. They make it for all 3 sports. Or even look at some of, well, I guess you wouldn't know if that's what it came out of. Yeah, you might be able to find some breaks if you Google the search, and you can get an idea of some of the stuff that comes out of it. But it's pretty cool little product, and we would have broken it already if I had gotten it in case quantity like I intended. But as I said, it got messed up. I ordered 1 case, and he somehow entered it as 1 box. So there you go. It happens sometimes. So that is it for me tonight. I am heading out until I see you next. I hope that you have a good rest of your evening and a good, we're in the middle of the week, so a good rest of the week. We'll be at the weekend before you know it. So we'll catch you next time. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.